I don't know about you, but I, for one, am tired of chasing chump change. What I've always noticed is that when you chase chump change, right, it's generally coming from a place of lack. It's generally coming from this place of fear. Like a lot of people, they always ask me, how fast can I make money with your program or what you're doing? And I'm like, you're not getting it, bro. You're not getting it all. In fact, because the people that I see make really big money and a lot of money pretty damn quickly in digital marketing, they always use the word I. Like, this is what I did. This is what I used in order to get there. You see the difference? There's no promising like, hey, you are going to make money. Hey, you can make money by this amount of time. And the reason why is because we already know that a good percentage of those people are not going to hit the deadlines that they think they should, right? For those people that think, okay, I'm going to hit 10 grand in 30 days. You know what I mean? Like you could. Are you when you're first starting out? Most likely not, right? Because you don't have any good foundation in place. You don't have the right mindset in place. You know what I mean? You haven't even stuck to your own word. How in the world do you expect to go out and make 10K, just doing something different, right? Like you could, but will you? Who knows? But what I'm getting at is what people generally do is they come to me asking how fast they can make money. And I know where it's really stemming from. It's really like, how fast can I make a sale? Because they need that sell in order to, one, build their own belief, but number two, to probably most likely take care of some immediate issue. And you see where I'm saying that this is all coming from a place of lack, that I need this immediate issue done. Because if I take a step back really quick from my problems and I look in general of digital marketing as a whole, you wouldn't believe some of the numbers, right? Like you really wouldn't. Like if I came and told somebody, oh, yo, hey, man, you can make a sale within 3 days, they would almost believe it. It's crazy. Like they would almost believe it. They would want it to happen so bad to take care of that immediate problem that they would just sign up. If I told them that they could make a sale within 3 days, they would be lined up, ready to go to handle that immediate issue. And I'm telling you right now, you are sacrificing what you really want for the chump change. Let me explain. Digital marketing as a whole, if you notice, there's been one lady that made $1 million in 7 months. Another lady that's made $1 million in 6 months. Tons of people that have made $100,000 in anywhere in 2 to 6 months. Another lady that's made $300,000 in 9 months. And another lady that's made $400,000 in 11 months. Look at the numbers as a whole. That is ridiculous. I don't know about you. I'm 41, so I'm going to show my age here. But back in my day, right, if we said something about making $100,000, you immediately started thinking, okay, that's going to take time. And if I said, oh, you can make $1 million, then you really thought that was going to be time, right? You thought maybe within a year at best, possibly 2 years. But these people are doing it in months, right? So when you hear that, you're like, dang, that's fast. But when people ask, how fast can I make money? That's not that's not what they're leading to. You already know that question is not coming from how fast can I make $1 million, right? That question is coming from a place of, I'm in a place of lack. How fast can I get my money back and make some money? So I'll believe that this thing that you're preaching about, is actually a big hit or a big success. And that's stupid, right? You're trying to fulfill your own belief and you're trying to fulfill your place of lack, this fear that you got going on, when instead you're sacrificing what you really want, which a lot of people always tell me, I want to leave my job. I want to spend more time with my family. I want to take more vacation. So why aren't you just looking at that then? Why aren't you just looking at that and saying, man, how fast can I get in here, learn this information, start applying this information in order to start really seeing success based off of my skill set, so I can end up living how I really want to truthfully live, right? Because asking me how fast you can make money is coming from a place of this lack, and you're trying to make an immediate, just trying to solve an immediate problem. And quite frankly, if you really want to know this, I'm speaking truth to you because I've been there before too. You're chasing chump change. You're literally chasing chump change. When I'm over here sitting there saying there's people making $100,000 anywhere from 2 to 6 months, listen to what I just said. Now, how bad do you really only want a little quick sell now? Knowing that people are over here making $100,000 in 2 to 6 months. Bro, I would be sitting there like, yo, give me the course. Let me start learning. I mean, and that's exactly what I did. When I left like the old program that I left, right? Nobody really understood it, right? But I had to step back and take it as a whole. Number one, okay, I needed to brand myself. I'm not in the game of branding other people. But number two, I looked at the game as a whole and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. These people that are branding themselves, learning how to create their own digital products, learning how to market a different way, telling their experience, their story, following a few guidelines, like right on TikTok, you're going to be doing more talking videos. On Instagram, you're going to be doing more of those little 7-second videos. But following those guidelines, and especially over here on Instagram, it's a whole nother world, which now I'm pushing. I'm actually going to be launching a PLR bundle where I'm going to be pushing more Instagram now because the numbers are just insane. When I look back and I look at everything at a whole, and I say, okay, so the people that are hitting big numbers fast, right? They're doing XYZ. I need to be doing XYZ because otherwise, if I'm just looking for the people that are making some quick money, then I'm chasing chump change. You know what I mean? Oh, these people have made money, right? This is what we say. Well, these people made money. Great. But look at all the people that have made a lot of money a lot faster. What are they doing, right? Like at some point, you have to take a step back and not be deluded by the money and by your fear and by looking at your immediate problems and saying, wait a minute. What would be my best choice? Because at the end of the day, I want you to think about it like that. This is no different than the person that chooses to hurry up and get laid versus going after the love of their life, right? Right? There's no difference in that. You're going for the immediate little thing. Oh, I can hurry up and get laid versus, you know what? Actually, I want the love of my life and I'm willing to spend my time devoting towards that, right? You know what I mean? Like, do you see what I'm talking about? There's so many, even your job. A lot of times, my job too, right? Like my old job, right? I gave in time and time after again because I was like, well, I need to pay my bills, right? And don't get me wrong, right? Like there's nothing wrong like people that are still out of 9 to 5 because you do have to pay your bills. And I do understand, like I remember back in 2016, I left the gym, right? And it was horrible, right? I had no real game plan and I just did it. And I ended up losing my car. Yeah, it was a bad situation, right? So thank God made it out of that. And, you know, just, yeah, fast forward till now, way better, right? Life is way, 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 way better. But I've made those mistakes before too, right? But how many times have we settled for our 9 to 5, right? Because we just knew at the time this was our safe route and it would take care of the immediate situation, which I understand. You got to have food, water, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You got to take care of yourself first. But my question to you is, do you start putting in more time at your job going for the plaque versus saying, no, I'm only working my 9 to 5 to pay my bills, but I'm going to come home and I'm going to spend my time on my side hustle or whatever you want to fucking call it, right? I don't even use the word side hustle really anymore, except for in like hashtags, because you know what I mean? Because now it's like, yo, I want to chase bigger things. Like, and that's another thing, right? I even stopped calling myself side hustle, right? Because nothing wrong with side hustle, but I never looked at my side hustle as only just a side hustle. I wanted it to be my full-time hustle. So you understand that too, right? That once again, this was all laid out of me chasing chump change. When like, you know, I hear some people that are like, yo, you know, I made a couple $1,000s this month. I'm not knocking it. That's good. And everybody starts somewhere. But when you hear somebody makes $100,000 in 2 to 4 months, you know what I mean? Like you're like starting to think like, oh shit. Now, understand this. Everybody starts somewhere. So this is not taking a shot at nobody. I need you to understand, like, you have to see for yourself. Are you chasing the immediate, right, rather than the bigger picture? Because if you want the bigger picture, then you got to start doing what the people that are achieving the bigger picture are doing, right? That's what I had to do. I'm like, wait a minute. This is good. Life is good. Everything that I had was good. I'm not saying that. But at one point, I'm kind of like, wait a minute. These people are making money faster, right? They're making way more than me. They're doing it a different way that I feel more comfortable of doing it. And they're branding themselves through the midst of it all. And I was like, that's the way I got to go, right? So that's what I mean by stop chasing the chump change. Stop letting your immediate problems dictate how you feel to make these crazy choices. Because let's face it, we all know that problems come and go, right? So ultimately, you have to make the decision each and every day. Are you going after what you truly want, or what you think is just taking care of this immediate problem, right? And we all get thrown off by those. These are just some examples that I laid out in this video, but think about how many examples there are, right? We all think, well, if I go left really quick, you know what I mean, to fix that problem, then I can get back going right and get back on track. And what generally happens? Sometimes, very rare, we can go left, we fix the problem, we come back right. But most of the time we go left, and then all of a sudden now we're taking a detour through life, right? It's like, well, I'm only going to make this decision to come over here. Like, I'm only going to go to this job, right? Just for right now to make some money. And then that job requires more of you and more of you and more of you. And then you get dedicated into it. And then they give you a raise or a promotion. And so now you're like, yeah, maybe I'll stay with this job a little bit longer. And next thing you know, years have gone by and your original goal was to only be there for a few months while you're going over here, right? And now you're deep in here, you're deep in at this job, and you're far off from what you truthfully wanted. Well, it's the same thing with online. In fact, guys, TikTok is my jam, but I can't deny Instagram anymore. I will be throwing out way more Instagram. I've said it before, and I know it's just because I always ran with my money, but I'm like, yo, Instagram is a powerhouse, and I just didn't even see it. But once again, when you take a step back and you look at the census and you start saying, well, what are the people that are making a lot of money really fast? What are they doing? The choice becomes pretty clear.